Hello friends, in this video I'm going to walk you through how I build AI assisted welcome flows right now in 2026 and beyond for brands. I'm going to talk about everything from start to finish in a welcome flow you need to have, including the offer, when to send it, how to send it, and what is the cadence. Then I'm going to cover how to automate the processes with AI. I'm not going to go over everything that can be automated, but I'm going to go over the main things that you need to do because there's a human in every single step, but there's much stuff we can do that can make my life easier, your life easier, everybody's life easier, because this is awesome. And so with that being said, let's quickly get into the steps. I'm going to also show you a welcome flow that we made just now, right, for a client, and we're gonna go over it step by step. So first of all, let me play a quick game with you right now. And also, you will get all of the skills, all of the swipe files I used to make this presentation, as well as the examples of welcome flows in the second link in the description. Just click on it. You'll be able to access it for free. With that being said, let me quickly play a real game with you, right? I'm going to ask you 3 questions. Just intuitively answer them as you go. So if you have the same store, same code, what do you think it sold more? 1 welcome email or 3 welcome email, right? It's going to be basic. I know, right? But some people need this clarification. And some people might choose 1 email welcome flow. That's just the reality. They just give out the code and that's about it. Another question is, let's say there are 3 emails, right? Same 3 emails. Which start beat the other? Confirm your emails, or if you send the code right away, right? Now, this one is a tricky one. And I, as a agency, as a person who does service for other people, I would choose this. But for an e-commerce brand, you need to choose the code one, because your main game is volume, right? If you're e-commerce brand for selling ticket items who are like above $500 or above $1,000, and your LTV is anywhere between like 5K to 15K, right? That's the case for my agency or for any other service business. And that's why we need more quality. For e-commerce brands, volume is absolutely the way to go, right? So you don't need to confirm the code, you just send them the code. And then the third question is that if you get the same first email, which top line made more? You think our story, then the code, right? So, hey, welcome, this is our story, or the code, then the story. And the correct answer is the code and then the story, because people come there for the code. And usually about 80% of people don't even scroll past the first image they see. They see the first image. If they don't get what's happening, confused, where's my code? 80% leave. Incredible. And so this is the number from Klaviyo directly and OmniSend combined, right? These are the 2 main email platforms. The best first welcome flow email makes 19 times more than the worst one from their statistics. I'm going to also show you this graph, right? This is directly from Klaviyo and from OmniSend. This is a company called BS & Co. They made this studies. And essentially, they analyze the middle ground, so the average store that makes money with welcome email. They analyze the worst store and they analyze the best stores that make the most amount of money with welcome emails. If we take a look at the average, is about here. The middle is here, right? It's 4.37% of the entire list. That's like how much people convert. Now take a look at what both sides show, right? This is the lower side. It's 0.95%. And this is the upper side. It's 18.4%. Insane numbers, insane difference. Look at how this is so far. It's an outlier, but it's not. It's actually the data. It's like a set of companies. So much difference between this, which also means if you're watching this video as an e-commerce brand, you have so much room to grow. It's incredible. And that's why it's so important to watch this. With that being said, let's get into the actual meat and the sauce of this presentation. Now, here's a real stat from Klaviyo. And you can even, if you have it set up right now, you can even look at your own Klaviyo. You will confirm this 100%. What happens is that the buying window of all those welcome flows tend to sit at about 10 days. So after 10 days pass, people, this significantly drops. So what you need to do, instead of just placing it over the 30-day period and having like 3 emails within that 10 days and 4 emails outside of that, just fit those in. Fit those in. They're probably not going to buy. So might as well, right? You need to fit those in. if you would have 5, obviously. Some brands have 8, and they need to fit those in. So once again, if you're an e-commerce brand, for your welcome email, do not ask them to confirm their email. Just simply send the code. It's fine. Your gain is volume, and it's not really the quality. You can manage the quality before they even type their email. That's fine. But after, completely fine. Just don't make double opt-ins. Now, one of the most important parts of the welcome flow is the offer and how many emails you should send. And so these numbers depend on what you sell, and that's why we're gonna cover it right now. So one of the biggest questions people ask is that, hey, do I use like % off or $1 off for my welcome email? Now there are two things that mainly impact your welcome flow: is your offer and the amount of emails you send to your customers. Now, people really ask this a lot, and they ask, well, do I do a % off or $1 off? And the answer is it depends on your product. And it also depends like how many emails you should send. I'm gonna go over it right now. So think about it this way, right? If you only take numbers, make sure you choose the biggest number. So if your item, and let's say it's $10, 20% off, 20 is more than 2, because $2 off and 20% off for the $10 item is the same thing, but 20 is more of a number, like the number is bigger. And so up until, let's say you agree to do a 20% off, right? Up until the number is 100, you need to put 20% off. From then on, you need to put $1 off, simply because the number is higher, right? If for $100 product, 20% off and $20 off is the same number, 20. But if it goes beyond that, let's say $500, now 20% off, and there's like $100 off. The 100 is 5 times of a bigger number than percentage. I know it doesn't make sense, right? If you're a math guy, it doesn't make sense. It's like, how these people don't understand this. So you need to use this. In terms of the amount of emails, I would not be shy to send a lot of emails, but if you were limiting your capacity, if your team cannot produce more, I don't know why, you should also adjust your emails according to the product price. So if you have a cheap price, you can send 3 emails and that's about it. Like that's the main thing that will do within that 10-day mark. But if you have a more expensive product, 8 emails is completely fine to send, because people will appreciate it. Like, don't even worry about people being annoyed. They're making that decision. You're helping them making a decision. It's fine. It's completely fine. You might even offer them a discount. They'll be happy, right? Don't even worry about it. Don't stress it out. So let's start with the welcome flow itself. Now, let's just gradually go over the welcome flow that I will show you here. This is for a client of ours. As you can see, their offer is a headband, so a free headband, and it's a cooling headband. And now we start off by the offer. We say the headband is on us. We give them the big code, and we give them the button in the bottom. The start of your welcome flow is one of the most important things you can ever do. Like, to really think this through. Then we go over on how to claim the thing. So 3 steps you need to take to be able to claim this. Add the Desert Cooling Headband to your cart. Fill the cart to $35. Enter the code at checkout and the headband at $10 off, $10 off, right?
It's not.
So as we see, this is a welcome flow that we've built, and let's cover it right now. So welcome to Desert Towel. We put that on top, sub headline, their code, shop now. Big button right at the top. That's the proper way to do it. And then we show their offer is basically a towel, right? Free towel. We show the towel. We go over where it comes from. So Brandon, that's the founder. Hey, Desert Towel is his. Everything shipped from Phoenix. Like, about the product itself, about the company. And then we're gonna quote their own customers. So Desert Towel is a game changer, especially for Arizona summers. There's someone who is leaving a review here. And then we show our best sellers right beneath. So what we made, wear this in the sun. I mean, this is an optional one. If you have something like that, that would be cool. And then the quickest way to get to $35 to be able to access that headband is to get a 1 towel and 1 bottle. Like, we give them a free, like, easy option, a free option. And then 1 more big button, shop now. Incredible. Just makes it easy on them to buy. That's exactly how a welcome flow should be structured. It's a template, right? And by the way, if you want to access to the template, once again, second link in the description, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
Now, before I show you the second email, let me cover some of the best practices across the page, right? So I'm going to give you 4 examples of products and what each of them should signal, right? So if it's a food product, let's say a food made a new way, some sort of a special food, maybe a drink. And then instead of what most brands do is, I see that they just do our quality promise, our quality satisfaction, 100%, whatever. Right? people see that and they don't understand it. I mean, it's there, definitely it's a word, but people don't understand it. What people understand and what people question is, will this taste like coffee? Or is this a coffee thing? Or is it different? They have a specific question. And so you need to answer that like directly. So instead of saying quality promise, just vaguely say, hey, this is not like a coffee, but it will have a after taste of a coffee or something like that, right? Explain away the thing that they're worried about. Same with like clothing brands. I see a lot. The perfect fit guarantee. I mean, you have the guarantee. It's awesome. You're not telling people that you have the guarantee. People don't realize what is a perfect fit guarantee. They still ask themselves, what if it doesn't fit me? Although they see the word guarantee, what you need to put is, if it doesn't fit you, we're gonna return your money back. You give this free return. There's a guarantee. How you guarantee stuff if you don't really communicate it well? Something for your kid, for example, right? Well, parents will usually buy this stuff, but like if a kid sees that, he doesn't even know what engineered means. So will they actually use it? Is the question the parents are asking. So that's what you need to tackle in the emails. And then another thing, let's say there's a thing you have to learn, right? And then it says advanced by design. I even don't know what it means. Yeah. So you need to address the direct question they have, like the main thing that they're worried about, not the vague. Nothing in your copywriting ever should be just soulless and purposefulness. Like everything should be right. So that's the top line that you have. That's the main line that you have in your welcome flow, and you usually put it on top or in the first couple of emails. Now let's cover the actual structure of each emails that you should be sending. So the first email, the offer email, should include something like this, right? The first block is you basically saying, hey, here's the 20% off, here's the welcome, and shop the range. So if I show you an example of the one that we've recently built right over here, it says, hey, welcome to Desert Towel, subheadline, give them the code, and then give them to shop. And in this case, the offer is a free headband, and so they get this little image with a headband right here, right? So then we go into 2 lines on who you are, so what you make and why it matters. It's like not the whole entire story, but just that will be in the next email. But as we can see over here, we go into who is the founder, right? Desert Towel is his, what it does, and we also include a couple of customer testimonials right in the bottom of that. And then the block 3 is the way back. So here's how to start here. So basically your bestseller products, that's what I call it, right? You go over there and you mention your bestseller products. Now, in this case, I also mentioned some of the things that is applicable. So, for example, to claim the headband, they need to buy 2 things that are worth $35. And I offer them this. Hey, if you buy these 2, they go hand in hand. You're going to get the headband for free, which is pretty nice. After that, there's the second email. And here the structure looks like this. First, the top line, you need to just take one worry and just eliminate rest of. So how does it actually work? And then basically their question in their words, not your feature name, or its quality that depends. Like the ones I show you over here, right? It's not that the quality. Now the second email, go over the main question that they have. And let me actually cover this, right? A lot of brands, what they do is they have this headline that doesn't mean anything, right? Made with real rabbit cow. Nobody understands it. Nobody knows. It's a fancy word, I get it, but like nobody gets it. Whereas the actual question is, will this taste like a coffee? Is this a coffee? Like this is the main question. If it's a towel, right, like we showed you, advanced cooling technology. Instead, they will be like, mine stopped working when it went warm. Is this the one that will stop working when it went warm? Let's say it's a suit cut to your measurements. The perfect fit guarantee. Now, this is really tricky because guarantee, like we as business owners, we understand this. People don't really know what a guarantee is, really. A guarantee is if it doesn't fit, money back, return, anything else. Basically, you're not losing, right? But people still ask question, hey, what if it doesn't fit me? So instead of saying we have the perfect fit guarantee, just say, if it doesn't fit you, we'll get your money back and we will just return the product. That's it. That's the main thing. For one more example, a screen-free play for kids, like let's say it's a screen-free play for kids, and it says engineered for independent play, right? Their main question they're asking is, Will they actually use it, right? And so obviously you then answer that question. And so that's the main second email. And as you can see, I stress this out because second email is also very important. You still answer the question and still give them the welcome email that you give, the code right below. But as you can see over here in the second email, water and cool out. So their main question is how it works, basically. How does it even work? So you just put water in. That's about it. You all got it. And then we also instruct them, right? Soak, ring, snap, boom. That's it. And their towel is their main product, and that's why we're focusing on that. So the block 2 will be a short answer to what their worry is. As we showed, we made a demonstration, and then we put on some features, right? Hey, here's the size and whatnot and what it does. The third email, you need to explain away the worry. Right? In here, you showed it how it works. Like they don't understand, but in here, you need to explain away the worry. And once again, one of the example questions come here is that what if it doesn't fit me, right? And so what happens is that you need to put that on top, right? Over here, let me show you. You need to put that worry on top. Now the email 3 should explain away the worry. Usually I do it in email 4, but since we're doing 6 emails here, I'm gonna make the third email the worry, right? So you need to put it, what if it doesn't fit me? Then put the welcome flow once again, the email. Then block 2 will be the answer to that question. Block 3 will be something that some other products, like just their best sellers, or maybe a comparison between your products, just something for them to see. Now email 4 will be proof based. So the block line first, ask someone who owned one, right? Or shop this product right here. That's completely fine. Once again, you put the welcome discount over here, and then you put 3 testimonials. 3 is a great number. You just put it 3, right? As we can see, we put 3 testimonials right here from real people actually reviewing the product. And then after that, the exact ones they bought, and then for them to actually buy it, right? So shop the original, as you can see, it's a button. They can click on it and buy. Last call. It's very important because in here, you need to give your best offer. Now, if you want to do the same offer, you can do that. But in here, you need to put special attention to the last call and actually follow the last call. And so your email will be something like, hey, we did the math for you. Add the headband to an order. It will be like, hey, last call. Then it goes back to $10. Now it's free, right? You have it. And so then you go over really like nothing besides the last call. You just go over that and you emphasize it. And because it's extremely important. Hey, the last call, there's nothing for them to distract, nothing for them to read because they need to act here, right? And one more time, remind them, free headband over $35. Shipping is free over $49. Everything shipped from Phoenix, right? And then there's other buttons, but like that's footer. So last call, but what most brands miss is that, hey, you have the last call, but nobody has the last call, which is allowed because it's a founder-led email. It says, hey, my name is Brandon. I'm the founder of Desmond Tower. You signed up a few days ago, so I want to send you an email personally. There's all certain things. Basically, very personalized, plain text email. Doesn't even have this gray background. It's a white, plain text email. And then once they read through it, right, even if they don't, they see this blue thing. Like in the email, in Gmail, if you go to Gmail, you see plain text. And then if there's a link, you see it clearly. It gets blue. That's what's powerful about this email is because the last call, they give you a founder directly, gives you the last chance. And you see one thing to click on, not 10 different things, one thing. And so this really converts really well. But you need to make sure you put it before day 10, right? After day 10, it's not going to work as well. This being said, let's cover how to use AI in your process to be able to build this. Now, I have a lot of skills. I have a lot of knowledge bases. I have a lot of examples, libraries that help me do this. But for you, you need to start one thing at a time. So if you have something like Claude or Codex, whatever you use, in this case, what you need to do, you need to go over here into connectors, right? Into connectors, you need to connect your Klaviyo account. You need to browse connectors and type in Klaviyo right here, right? Klaviyo, yes. And then connect your Klaviyo account. This will make sure it's easy for you to upload, to look at the information, to look at your stats. Very, very easy. Second, you need to go to Google Drive and connect to Google Drive. The reason you do that is because you need to have a library of other work. If you want to take inspiration, you can go to this beautiful website called milled.com, milled.com. In that website, you will be able to access a couple of examples from other products, other people who are actually just running e-commerce brands, their emails. What you can do, if you can take those that you like. So as you can see, this is the Mail.com website. Wherever you like, download it, make a quick library, and then connect that Google Drive into your AI. What it will do, AI now has access to these multiple emails that you really like. Obviously, for our case, it's just winning emails. I don't take random emails as examples for AI. I only take the ones that are winning and absolutely crushing it. And I actually don't use Mail.com. I use this burner Gmail account that I have. And it basically just sends, signed up for thousands of brands that I really like, or maybe I hate. I just want to absolutely roast them, right? And I take inspiration from here as well as from our own work that we do. But you can do whatever you want. You can set this up. And once that's up, you can use my skills in that second link in the description to be able to say just basically, hey, build me a welcome email for my brand. Here are my brand pictures. And if you don't have your brand pictures, it'll automatically suggest you use a AI model, an AI image model called Nana Banana. It's going to walk you through how to use the API. And basically, done for you, start from finish, right? So you need to set this up. If you want to use AI in your processes, make sure you use it. Make sure you put a human in every step of the way. So after writing the copywriting of the email, after making the designs, after putting in the pictures, every single time, human reads it, human analyzes it, thinks if it goes good or not, and then approves it or not, right? And then the last step will be uploading it to your Klaviyo and testing it out. Now, if you want the full guide on how to actually use Claude to do this, I have another video. It's going to be right here. Just watch it right there. Other than that, subscribe to this channel. If you want to book a call with us and work with us, that's the first link in the description. And I'll talk to you soon.